guys want to lag for break? What is it? 100. Thanks for tuning into Billiard Breakdown tonight. We're going to get started with this match right after Dan SHARLOW finishes warming up with this rack. All right, the players are going to lag for break right now. We've got the champ, Dan SHARLOW, of the Rochester's top 15 players, taking on number 2 ranked Zeng. This is going to be a race to 15 in 10-ball pool. Commentary by myself, Michael Lynn. A lot of people have been looking forward to this match, myself included. Very excited to see who's going to be able to come out on top tonight. We have some tables getting re-leveled and re-felted in the background, so there is going to be some background noise.
I don't care. Come on.
Dan SHARLOW to break. Good luck to both players. We recently refelted table 1, which is what you see right here. We went with tournament gray, and the contrast between the balls as well as just the way it looks on camera is significantly better. Dan SHARLOW's got a thin cut on the 1 ball. Should be able to make it. And position on the 2 is fairly automatic as long as the cue ball travels horizontally back and forth maybe twice. Joining me in this live commentary is the one, the only, Rick Hovey.
What's going on, everyone? It just started, huh?
Just started.
Saw the break. It's a good break.
I wonder how much the new felt is going to be affecting the players today. Both players only had about 10-15 minutes to warm up before their match.
Is Sean's table new? His table at his house?
It
Relatively
is.
new felt?
Yep, it's brand new. So Sean, with a slight, very slight advantage just because he's used to felt that's brand new.
Right. I mean,
but I feel like at this level, players can adapt extremely quick.
Yeah.
So it's nearly a non-factor.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's used to playing in a lot of tournaments. And
yeah, I mean, 15 minutes of warm-up for Dan on a table should be good enough. Dan overcuts the 2 ball and it's going to sit perfectly for Sean. The real problem here is position on the 6, but actually
It's pretty automatic.
going from the 6 to the 7, you need the angle that you're forced to shoot at anyways. So it's not the worst thing in the world.
Be a huge rack if Sean gets out here. Good start.
Huge.
Can't ask for being better than that.
Yeah, this is a good angle to hold for the 6. Great angle.
I was going to say, do you think he runs through it a little bit? He did it really well.
Yeah, those shots where you shoot with like medium pace and the cue ball slightly rolls forward are actually extremely touchy, tricky shots to shoot. Sean does a good job of doing that. And he's got a nice angle on the 7 to really stroke through this cue ball. I mean, the overhead camera looks so much better without the without the glare from the blue.
I saw it on last night's stream and I was like,
huge
scratch.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Yeah, the shadows on the ball aren't as dramatic.
Sean might have to accept a long shot on the 9. Might have not have much choice here, but to roll the cue ball forward and suck it up. Generating an angle out of here would be pretty difficult. Although this is the ideal position to shoot this shot, this long shot on the cue ball. So see how he does. Blue divider in the background, sharking Sean Zeng. Lots of contact. This shot could set the tone for the match. What a shot.
Too.
What a shot by Sean Zeng.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Sean is going to be able to take the first rack with a couple of consecutive difficult shots. Really well done. Score is 1-0.
What do you think the final score is going to be? What's your prediction?
Final score. I'm the commentator.
So am I.
I ain't gambling.
Yes.
Let's take a look one more time before we start the next rack at Sean's clutch shot on the 9 ball. What a shot. Too. What a shot by Sean Zeng. Extremely well done. So, score prediction, you first.
Depends what your version of Sean you get. I think on any given day, either one of these guys can win. I mean, like you said, that shot right there is a big shot in that first game.
Yeah.
Show your opponent that you're not scared to shoot it, whatever. I'm going to go with Sean. Sean, 15. I think it's going to be close. 15, 12, 15, 13.
Okay, cool. And as far as my prediction goes, I remain unbiased.
All right. I picked Sean because he bet on me.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Good shot.
Nice bump on the 9 ball with the 1. Dan should be able to kick at this.
Might make it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the right kicking angle to pot the 1 into the far right. Or are you talking about the side?
I'm thinking about the corner, yeah.
The
Top
corner.
right corner, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, he could even go. Is the 6 in the way? Yeah, maybe.
I think you can still do it, but then you get no position on the 2. All right. And you got to avoid the 10 here.
Great shot either way. Dan should be able to go below the 10. Yeah.
Looks like he's drawing it. Oh, no. That's a good shot.
Nice shot by Dan. Really important shot here. Fairly touchy. Our blue dividers not working as they should.
People are just pushing them back, pushing them back.
Well done. Now the 9 ball
Yeah.
is missable.
The 9 ball went from a gimme
Yep.
to that weird shot that you can make, but makes you overthink it.
Yeah, Dan can make the 9 from the short side, but still a missable shot. Could be a lifeline for Sean here. I wonder if, no. I was going to say if the 9 was closer and the 7 had a different angle.
Yeah, you play it off it or something, yeah. That's what I was thinking about too, but I was like, there's nothing you can...
Doesn't seem plausible.
Yeah, well worth it. I mean, I think if you just get the right angle on the 7, then you're fine to just stun it over and play it.
I mean, you can even shoot the 9 from the far end of the table.
Yeah, either side, yeah.
Either side is okay. No right or wrong angle on this 7 ball here.
I think you just have to trust yourself that
Dan SHARLOW
it goes.
getting sharked.
I hate it more when people stop. I'd rather have them just walk right by.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's really
Dan
good.
should be able to roll this cue ball forward and shoot a fairly straight shot on the 9. He wants to get as close to the rail as possible here.
Sean still has the blue, or Dan still has the blue tape on his stick.
Commitment. Great speed.
That's really good.
Great speed. Dan should be able to make it 1-1 here. But he will be left with a fairly sharp cut on the 10. He's got 2 difficult shots similar to Sean Zeng that he's got to hit consecutively here. Unfortunate miss for Dan SHARLOW. Sean Zeng with an opportunity here to make it 2-0.
Do you think Sean just slow rolls this in, or do you think he plays?
He's
Down
going
and
to
back.
play this with pace, I think. Because it's a new table, it's more unpredictable to hold.
Right.
But we'll see. He holds. And he holds
Too much hold.
a little short, but should be no problem. Well done.
This is what he needs, though. He needs this early start. So.
Well done to the receptionist. We've got Swifty SHARLOW versus the receptionist. I'm going to start a poll in our live chat for our live viewers. You can vote on who you think is going to win. We have a live poll in the live chat for our viewers. You can vote between Sean the receptionist and Champ Swifty Charlo. Place your votes now.
Tough shot on the one here. Probably just play safe, right?
Yeah. Unless you want to go for an early... Oh, no, I thought the 2-ball was the 10. My bad.
Or are they playing early 10s? Do we know?
Not sure. Probably. Probably call the 10.
Because the last set...
Was there an early 10 opportunity? Or?
No, the last set that Dan played with, did Vinny and him play 10 ball as well?
No, they did not.
Who did he play 10 ball?
No. Dan played 10 ball with Vinny, but it wasn't early 10.
Yeah, no
So,
early
yeah.
10. So I wonder if he prefers it that way. He made that? Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah, great shot into the side pocket for Sean there. And a two-way safety attempt, which did he get?
Looks like it leaked out a little bit.
Almost there. We got Kevin Zuniga in the live chat. He says, "What up, Mike? Table looks good." Thank you very much, Kevin. They finished it yesterday, and now we got a champ match to start us off.
Even like this camera looks better for some reason. Is it? Do you have the light? Is the light higher now? Like, is it brighter?
No, nothing changed except the table felt. And the reason why I think everything just looks better is because the gray doesn't reflect light.
Right.
The worn-out blue reflected the light, which caused a glare almost.
Yeah, I mean it's. I don't even think it's close.
Paul Jacob in the live chat says, "What up, Lykel, Lynn, and Pickle Rick?"
Paul, you coming down here or what? We're waiting for you. I need to sub you in soon once I have my APA match.
Paul Jacob, better known as Jake Paul, is in the live chat.
I assume he's playing the 7.
Dan eyeing the jump shot here. Good attempt. Almost past the 7. Sean will be able to see this 2 and likely make it with position on the 3. Paul Jacob in the live chat says he's going to be here around 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Sounds like you got a date, Rick.
No, I'm tagging him in once I have my match.
Sean with an unfortunate roll on the cue ball. Leaves himself tough on the 3. We got bodyguard Corey Payne in the live chat. What's up, Corey? Corey says, "What's up, gentlemen?"
I think Corey makes it to every stream. Every time I
Yeah.
watch a stream, Corey's in there.
I mean,
He's a loyal viewer right there.
Corey's the man. He subbed for me because Sean Zeng went to New York City when I told him it was time to play League.
Maybe he wasn't playing good that day. He just figured get a sub instead.
I told Sean Zeng Monday that Tuesday we were going to have a League, so he books a flight to New York City, and he comes back at night. Corey Payne was generous enough to sub for Sean Zeng, and we were able to perform pretty well. Good contact on the jump shot for Dan. For anyone that's unfamiliar with it, we have a 3-man league in-house billiard breakdown Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. on the big tables. It's an 8-ball league, and we have 9 teams, and it's all the top talent from Rochester playing in it. We've got Sean Zeng, Ron Costanzio, Dan Charlow, Jake Jackson, and a whole lot of other great players.
Uh-oh.
Trey's Berta. What's up, Trey? Says, well, by God, how goes it? Goes very well, my redneck friend. How are you doing? We have a live poll in the live chat for all our viewers to vote on. 83% siding with the number 2 ranked player in Rochester, New York, Sean Zeng. What a surprising poll. 17% believe in Swifty SHARLOW, the champ.
What a great save from Dan there.
Great safety behind the 8.
You see this guy's dunk trade? It's very interesting.
We have a guest here at Billiard Breakdown on the left side of the stream, competing with Vinny Lesh for loud footwear.
And socks.
Yeah.
I think Vinny's got him beat in the socks department, though.
Yeah, Vinny's got it. Paul Jacob in the live chat asks, how many of the other 9s have been refelted so far? We have 3 remaining. Great kick, great contact by Sean. Does he get the 6 in play? Not really. Good contact. Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says, Pickle Rick?
It's Pickle Rick in the booth.
Yeah.
Jason also in there.
Jason Rivera, what's up, Jason? Jason, also one of our top 15 players in Rochester, New York, says, Rick in the booth. Great shot by Dan.
Strong. 2 straight or what?
Fairly
Even
straight.
Worse.
Fairly straight.
At the other angle. He could just draw it back, though.
Yeah, this table is very easy to draw on. It's actually easy to overdraw now. But Dan gets perfect. Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says, new table? Where's the rosewood table? So the top of the table was switched out with table 8. The shelves remain the same. They're still deep and they still wobble. Just the top, I switched it out. Long story, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
I think it looks better.
Consideration went into the decision. It wasn't an impulse purchase, an impulse decision.
Man, I'm so distracted by this guy on the left. He's just staring at him.
Our loyal Billiard Breakdown customer on the left has not moved, but Rick Hovey cannot take his eyes off him.
Fit of the day right there. Fit of the day. All right, Dan's got a. This is a must make. Must make, and I think he needs to get the 10 ball as well.
I think he needs to get the 10 ball as well too.
Yeah, if he gives this one up, I think Sean runs.
What's happening?
Sean is like a.
Dan SHARLOW should be able to pot this 10 no problem. It's a bit of a sharper angle than what you might think it is. Dan's still likely to make it. See how he does.
I feel like Sean is such a momentum player. Like if you miss against Sean, like
he smells blood.
Yeah, he's no fear after that. That's why I'll never play Sean. Put that on the record.
And Dan SHARLOW sinks the 10 ball. Really well done. Scores 2-1. The receptionist in the lead. Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says, so I guess my new favorite table is number 8. Is that where the rosewood rails are? Correct. But actually, table 8 is now table 18. So your new favorite table is table 18, Mickey.
It's in the back room.
Trey's Berta in the live chat says something that I need a translation for. Could you retype that so I know what you're talking about? Oh, the guy on the left. That's Biggie. The guy on the left is Biggie. All right. Trey in the live chat says if Dan sits on Biggie's shoulder on the left, he'll move. Yeah, this guy might be in the way.
I don't know. I mean, definitely if they have like.
If Dan's on the rail on the left, he's in the way.
Should I go size it up?
You should size him up.
Yeah.
Face off.
Where do you think he pushes here? I feel like it's tough because.
Pushes are always difficult at a high level.
Oh, never mind. You can see it.
But Dan able to see the one ball directly. The cue ball scratches into the corner pocket. Sean Zeng with ball in hand with a difficult one ball. It's going to take some precision draw on this shot.
I should probably get my phone. Bear back.
He's choosing to follow down. Nice shot, good position. He should be able to pass. Well, he's got a couple options here. Seems like he can pass the 10 without knocking it with top right. Instead, he chooses to stun, back up the table. And he's got perfect position here. League players having a good time hovering by table 1. Yeah, Sean's got the speed.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Really nice touch there. That's where you'd put the cue ball if you had ball in hand.
I mean, he did play like a, I say short set yesterday, but.
Right.
Sean just did what Sean does. Then I feel like the end, he just like let him come back. Brutal, but.
Talking about Brad?
Yeah.
Maybe Sean's trying to reel him in with a hook.
No, that's what I thought, but who knows?
Look at the speed. Speed is nice right now. The 8 ball, you think Sean's going to play into the side or?
I think he'll play. I think he'll play 2 rails out. Or depending
My
on the
vote
angle,
is
up
for
and down.
side. Let's see what he does. And you are correct, Rick.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at the
speed though. Yeah,
Holy
it's like
crap. This guy is. I mean, he's got the perfect angle on the 8. Does he to stun out?
yeah. I mean, if he's too straight, I think he'll just draw back and play the 9 on the side. But I think he likes to stun the ball, so probably just stun it out.
So short side position on the 10 for the right corner pocket, you think? Or straight back for the left?
I would play it straight back, but
Okay.
with new fella, I'm not sure.
He chokes on the 9 ball. Unfortunate miss there for Sean Zeng. Dan SHARLOW with a chance to tie it up 2-2.
Turn of events. What a turn of events.
And this is actually still not the easiest shot. Dan SHARLOW's on the rail here. And it's easy to fall out of line for the 10.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you just play with inside and just take what you get on the 10.
And this is going to be difficult. Dan SHARLOW with a difficult spot shot here.
Oh, there he goes, finally in the way.
Biggie.
Didn't want to get up.
Biggie is moving. Trey's Berta has predicted Biggie to move. Congratulations.
Gunshots in the background.
And Dan SHARLOW misses the 10. Does he miss it good? This is a 50-50 shot for Sean here. I think he rolls this pocket speed.
Think so?
Instead of blasting it. You think he hits it with pace?
Yeah.
All right. He misses it. It was kind of in between.
I better.
And Dan SHARLOW is going to be able to take his second game. Well done. Both players having trouble with the throw on the new felt. Scores 2-2. Definitely a sigh of relief there for the champ.
I mean, neither of them are really playing bad.
Yeah.
I think they're still settling in though. I don't think either of them are playing necessarily great. Like Sean's speed's on point, but
Yeah, he just missed the 9 ball into the far right corner. And then we had some back and forth misses.
yeah, and we've seen that a couple of times both ways. Dan missed that 1-9.
Yeah.
Wherever it was, I think it was the same corner actually.
Cue ball. Three to the 4 is key.
How do you think he plays this?
Just stun up towards the center of the table.
And then play 2 rails to the 4?
Play with top right on the 3. Or even just stun right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Go around the 8.
Now, if Sean's unable to make position for the 6 ball into the side pocket, he does have a 6-10 combination, which is fairly doable.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out if they're... Oh, overrolled it.
Sean overrolls the cue ball. Likely to play safe here.
Kind of play a 2-way here. If he's planning to go under the 10. But then you're not guaranteed a shot on the 6.
Good choice, playing safe. Dan may be able to see just the right edge of the 5, though. Tough to say. Dan SHARLOW calls the far left corner pocket. Maybe he can see more of the 5 than what the camera shows. Yeah, he could. Sean with another chance, but it's a tough shot here.
Biggie right back into the same spot.
Biggie with backup as well. What a shot by the receptionist. That's a tough pot.
That is.
That's a tough pot.
It's at like a little weird angle, though, no?
Like maybe heavy follow
Yeah,
or draw back.
draw or
Either
something.
either
It's-
works.
It's,
Just got to hit it right.
yeah, I don't like it.
Looks like he might be trying to draw back towards the left.
Another tester here.
Yeah. This is a pocket speed shot, kind of.
Yeah, I think this is where I can throw off on you, though. Play this pocket speed.
But the harder you shoot it, the more throw there is. So with the pocket speed shot, you don't have to worry too much, as much
Right.
for throw.
It's a good shot.
A little bit of the wrong side on the 9. Sean Zeng may choose to accept the cut on the 10 rather than going for something better. For 3-2, can Sean Zeng take it? Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow, confidently
confidence.
struck. Very confidently struck. Nice shot. Scores 3-2. Well done to the receptionist. Shooting on 5G tonight. We can take a look one more time at that nice confident pot by Sean Zeng. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
dead center of the pocket. No chance of missing there.
The receptionist to break. What do you think? You safety sitting the one ball behind like the 3-6-9?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like going the other way. Just because I think it's harder to control.
Yeah.
You have a lot of blockers the other way for the cue ball as well. That's a good
Yep.
shot.
A lot of blockers. Just got to get one of them, and you're okay. Sean gets the 5 ball.
And is looking to go airborne.
That's a good term.
Airborne?
Yep. Dan Sharlow with a dart stroke for this jump shot potentially. Good attempt.
he'll play it off the 9.
Well, let's take a look. Yeah, it does go off the 9. He can also play safe behind the 6. Because when you go for a pot, well, I mean, he's got a nice shot on E3 if he makes it. Well done.
Tied up the 5 though. He's dead though.
Yeah, the 5-9 goes. Slight cut. Now it's awkward.
A little bit.
The receptionist shakes his head. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the 5's gonna drift off to the left. It looks like.
Wow.
Get that good.
Wow. Well done to Sean Zeng for a holding position for the 5. No more problems at the table. Can he finish this out without choking? He plays for the 6 ball into the side pocket, and he's got a great angle to set up for the 7 into the far right corner. Is he straight?
And on the rail.
And on the rail. Maximum inconvenience. This is going to be tough to follow up with. Sean may need to shoot the 8 from the far left end of the table.
Wow.
But look at this. Look at what he comes up with.
I mean,
That's as good as it gets for the position given.
yeah, it's more than you can ask for there.
Wow.
Just stun it over and maybe there was more angle than we thought.
Or maybe Sean Zeng
It's not good.
hits him that good. Scores 4-2. Sean starting off like he's on a mission.
I think I'm on track. Score. What do I say? 15-12?
Or 13.
All right.
Well, you had 2 guesses, which I don't know. Are you allowed 2 guesses?
Take either one, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? I will say, I think if Dan does like catch a gear, I think Dan has the better break out of the 2.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like Dan practices his 10-ball break. You can just tell by the way he hits it. But the break doesn't matter if you can't. Break doesn't matter if you can't run him out.
Also, for our live viewers, it is confirmed that Fedor Gorst, the world champion #1 player in the world, Fedor Gorst is coming to Rochester, New York, over here at Billiard Breakdown, August 3rd. Mark your calendars. Free general admission. If you would like to play with Fedor Gorst, there are VIP tickets available. It's a rare opportunity for everyone in the area to play with the best in the world. If you're interested, make sure you reach out and sign up quickly. We have 15 spots available, and 5 of them are already accounted for. Spots are limited.
Only 10 spots left.
Yep.
Can't play with Fedor if you go to a different tournament. He's not going to play with you.
That's
so
right. You ain't worth
come get
the
your
time.
chance now. You're going to spend a whole lot more if you want to play with him at a pool.
Yeah. And great speed control by Dan Sharlow here. This is where you want the cue ball for the 4 and the 5.
It's so easy to run the balls out from the commentator booth. Like,
it is. I could imagine it.
Yeah, like up here it looks so easy with them. Get on the table, over all this, over all that.
Yeah. We are what you call keyboard warriors.
Yeah. It's literally it. I hit every shot perfect from here.
Dan Sharlow overrolls the cue ball by a little bit. He's got a... Well, he can go around the table or slow roll it for position on the 5, but he goes around and he lands extremely well. Sharlow likely to stroke through this with good pace, with maybe top left for position on the 6. He just needs to be careful about the 8 ball. Instead, he uses inside spin. Very well done.
Close, though. I mean, he definitely has it, but...
He's got it, no problem. Just an effective new cloth, almost overrolling the shot. Nice position on the 7. Perfect just to use regular center. Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says, Bert, middle game here. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a drill.
My blue dividers still
are now working.
Ineffective.
Oh, well, it might be effective. He almost tripped.
And that may be one of the most inconvenient places you can stand. I may have to do something.
She get like water squirters from the top.
He sensed the threat and moved. All right, Dan. Really good chance here to make it 4-3. This is kind of the in-between spot to decide if we want to choose between the left or the right side.
He hit that good, though.
He gets perfect. Great shot. And he sinks the 10 ball. Well done. Scores 4-3. Sean Zeng, the receptionist, still in the lead. Trace Berta in the live chat says I should put a sign on our blue dividers saying that there will be consequences crossing through there. What do you suggest the consequences to be, Trey? And let's take a look one more time at the perfect position on the 10 ball by the champ. It's between the left or the right side.
He hit that good, though.
He gets perfect. Great shot. As good as it gets. Well done to Dan. And these positional shots are twice as difficult on the new felt. For our live viewers, just so you understand the level of play here.
It's pretty good.
Dan's got a cut on the 1.
Natural position on the 2.
Natural position for the 2 into the side or far left?
I think the top left corner.
Yeah.
Just because the new felt. Just realized my jock is probably gone somewhere. Someone probably stole it.
From where?
I don't know. I'm gonna go find it.
Okay. Verkhovy will be right back.
I secured the jock. We're all good, guys. All right, he made the 1. Natural position on the 2. Got a good angle to get over for the 4. It's a good.
Great pot. Great position.
Just draw back here.
Yeah, I think
5.
Max Draw will pick it up to clear that side pocket, no problem.
Yeah,
Trace Berta in the live chat says the consequence for disturbing these blue dividers should be the first offense. You got to go to a different place. Second offense, you got to get out the door. Third offense, ice pick in the ear.
Ooh.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Dan Charlo with good position here on the 6 into the side pocket.
Like, I know what you drink.
Do you think he goes for the side or the far right?
I felt like he was playing for the corner, but I think, like looking at the shot now, I think the side is just so.
I don't think he was going for the corner.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Maybe he was. You know, it just seems like it's so overrolled that there was so much more margin to just set up for the corner pocket.
Right.
But you never know with the new felt.
He's definitely playing the side now.
Good shot. A little short. Actually, no. This is actually perfect. Not short. Dan should be able to play down to the short rail and straight back up the table for the 9 into the side pocket. Our live poll in the live chat has updated now that you guys have started voting. 67% still in favor of the receptionist. 33% believe in the champ, Dan Charlo.
Oh boy.
Dan misses the 8 ball. Is Sean going to have a shot? And it's looking pretty good. Now there's a bit of an angle on the 8, so Sean's either going to be left with a thin cut on the 9 into the side pocket, or he's going to be left with a shot on the 9 into the far left corner, or far right corner.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, nice hold there. Can Sean make it 5-3? He sinks it with confidence. Really well done to the receptionist. Sean Zeng with a 2-game lead over the current champ, Dan Charlo.
He's consistently holding that 2-game lead too. It's been pretty much the whole match. Games ahead. Loud out there.
we have more people hovering as the night goes on. Pretty soon, the players will have no space and will have to play position around and avoid the left side of the table. But if you're the best player in Rochester, should be no problem.
Yeah, I don't get, like, the pros, like, they don't get sharked at all.
Yeah, like, why is Matt Kalaki standing right there?
That's a good spot to stand. Good view from there.
Like, that's so inconvenient.
Shame on Matt. He should know better.
Jesus.
Mike is going to handle the situation. He's getting his first offense. Oh. Matt sensed the threat there from Mike and went and decided to rack the balls as his first offense. It's a good save there from Sean. Get some separation between the two balls. 6 balls in the middle. I don't believe Dan can see the 1 ball. Maybe he has a gap that he can kick to the short rail. He decides otherwise. Probably going to play 2 rails here. 2 or 3 rails. Yeah, so if he's calling that top right-hand corner, he's opting for 3 rails, trying to come right on the inside of the 1 ball. And the new felt can make those kicks a little bit weird. So Dan did miss it by a decent margin. I mean, the balls don't lay great here, so I mean, Sean called the 10 ball, so they must be playing early 10s. We got your favorite combo coming up, a 1-10 combo, ball in hand.
Sean Zeng with ball in hand and a 1-10 combination?
Yep. Might have shown up just in time.
How did Dan scratch?
So Sean played a safe behind the 6, and Dan tried to kick it 3 rails.
Was it a good save?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like
locked,
yeah. But I think the new felt, the kicking, just threw him off.
Sean Zeng misses the 10 ball.
Save.
And he gets another save with the 4 ball.
This is pretty much how the save was. I mean, it was a little harder than this, but
okay.
I mean, this is just they'll play 1 round.
Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says that was hard to scratch for Dan Sharlow. And Sean Zeng with the shot on the 1 into the side pocket now. The 7. Is that the 7? No, that's the 5. 5-8. But this is actually a good chance to bump out the 5 and make position on the 2 by shooting this 1 ball with a little bit of draw into the side pocket. And Sean Zeng gets Uno reversed by the table.
I think it's actually worse now. It's a little unlucky there.
Yep.
You want to take over?
Joining me in this commentator booth is Jeff Bradshaw. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for having me here. Dave Grau and I, Bradshaw Billiard Service, we've been covering the tables. I appreciate having us out here to do this work for you.
No, and I appreciate both of you for the excellent work.
Thanks, man. You know, it's been a lot of fun. This is I think the 4th time I've done work in this room. We just did the 7-footers, I think in August of last year.
Yep.
And I think it's been a few years since we did the 9-footers. They needed it, but
Definitely.
I really love the gray on this table 1 here.
Yeah, look at the way the balls contrast now, and just the way the stream looks compared to before.
No, it's beautiful. And it's funny you say that because I've been watching the stream for weeks now. I really love what you guys are doing out here with this. I sit at home. I've got YouTube on the TV, and I'll watch it. 3 to 4 nights a week, I think. And I love what you guys are doing. There's a lot of discussion about this out in my area, Central New York.
Wow.
A lot of bar table players have been talking about it. So we'd like to put something together, maybe in the Auburn area. We've been talking for a couple of months now. We just did an exhibition, similar type format. There was 4 of us that played. So we love what you guys are doing with this, and hope to implement it in other areas, around New York State.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's always good to hear that people outside of Rochester, seem to care. And it's been bringing in players from other locations.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely doing something right.
Yeah,
And
I fully agree. And I've been seeing you getting a lot of players in Buffalo and Southern Tier area. I saw Zach Robbins out here a week or 2 ago.
Speaking of Zach Robbins in the live chat right now says Jeff Bradshaw is doing my table soon.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a gold crown. We've been talking about it for a while. He's been doing some work, putting together a room for it. So I'm looking forward to getting that done for him. Zach is an up-and-coming player. He plays real strong. I played against him in the Joss Tour, and one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. So it's good to see that he's here joining us.
Now, let's take a look at this amazing shot Sean Zeng just hit against Dan Sharlow. The score is 6-3, and Sean Zeng, I believe, caromed the 10 ball into the side pocket. Let's watch it one more time. Zach Robbins in the live chat right now says Jeff Bradshaw is doing my table soon.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a gold crown. We've been talking about it for a while. He's been doing some work.
Really, really unbelievable carom into the side pocket. That was extremely well done.
Yeah, that's money.
Sean Zeng scratches off the break. Dan Sharlow with ball in hand.
Sean's a great player. Both these guys are. I was talking to Dave Grau about this. We're trying to figure out who the favorite would be. And, Sean's been playing great for a long time. Dan's been up and coming. He's really getting his game together lately. I actually expected Dan to probably have a little bit of an edge here. I can't say that I'm surprised that Sean's got the early lead here, just because Sean is such a great player.
Sean is Sean.
But I think when it comes down to the end here, I think Dan's going to catch a gear, and it's going to be really tight, I think.
So we have a live poll in the live chat running right now. We have a couple of votes on it. 16 different votes.
Okay.
75% of our voters believe Sean Zeng is going to win. Only 25% believe in the current champ, Dan Sharlow, who recently defeated Ron Costanzo.
Yeah.
15-8.
Yeah. Well, I've seen Dan play a lot more recently, and I actually played against him in Fulton a couple of weeks ago. So I've seen, how he's been playing. He's been playing really, really strong. And I've been watching Sean on the stream over the last couple of months, making a couple of errors lately.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have expected. I played him a couple of years ago, and he's just such a great player.
Dan Sharlow!
Unreal.
Dan Sharlow with a sick combo.
Wow.
2-10 combination to take his 4th game.
That is wild.
That might be the shot of the match so far.
Yeah.
What a combination.
Those are the types of shots at the end of the set you look back on and say that was the turning point.
Holy crap. Holy crap. What a shot by the champ to make it 4-6. Let's take a look at that really jaw-dropping combination on the 10 ball one more time by the champ.
Making a couple of errors lately.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have expected. I played him a couple of years ago, and he's just such a great player.
Dan Sharlow That is absolutely ridiculous, guys.
Wow.
Absolutely ridiculous of a shot. Wow.
What do you think he felt the percentages were on that when he lined up to shoot it?
Man, that percentage, I'd be surprised if people got that 1 out of 10, right?
Center hole. I can't believe that.
Wow. Trey's Bird in the live chat says, best stream going. Appreciate it, Trey.
I agree.
Suhas Chinta in the live chat says, hey, Mike, what's up, Suhas? And Trey's Berta says, oh, pow, for the combination shot by Dan Charlo. What a shot.
Really nice break that he had here. It's unfortunate he didn't get a great look at the 3, but let's see what he does here.
Do you think he can see the left edge here?
I think so. I don't know if that's the preferred shot here. I think he's going for a kick and stick, which is probably what I would go for. Oh, he's going for a kick and make.
A kick and stick risks ball in hand with the 3 ball not hitting a rail.
Yeah, but the 9 was kind of big for the positioning there. I kind of liked the odds of shooting that over and sticking it behind a 9. And
Okay.
he had a chance of making it. You just got to play touchy speed. It's an easy sellout if you don't hit it really good. You got to have a lot of confidence in that. It was off the rail quite a bit.
Okay. Dan leaves Sean pretty tough here. Is this enough angle? It was pretty far off there. Dan Charlo with ball in hand after a relatively fortunate save.
One thing to keep in mind here that some might not recognize, of course the better players are going to, but this is fresh cloth, so all of your banks are going to play a lot different. There's a lot of slide on the fresh cloth, fresh polished balls, so things tend to go a little wide when you roll them. If you put a lot of power on it, it's going to come short most of the time, so you really got to touch the banks. I mean, it's just experienced players are definitely going to have the benefit there.
Both players here with relatively the same amount of experience and similar level of play.
Yeah, these guys are going to know what they're doing on fresh cloth, but just for listeners that may not necessarily understand, there is a huge difference here.
Yep. Jake Jackson is in the live chat. Says Sean Zeng is playing good. What's up, Jake?
The other thing to note, the fresh cloth balls are going to go in down the rail that wouldn't normally. So
Right.
I've been watching the stream here the last couple of months. You see a lot of balls that'll hang in the pockets.
Yep.
You know,
Everything's been dropping if it gets
right.
close to the corner pocket.
Yeah.
Everything goes.
yeah, we didn't open up the pockets. That's just the effects of the fresh cloth.
But, after a week or two, it should kind of settle down. Right?
Yeah, it depends on how much play, So, I mean, this one gets
Every
a lot
day.
of use, so it's going to break in pretty quickly. If this was in somebody's home, gosh, it might play like this for a couple of months.
Yeah.
In a pool hall setting, it's really only a couple of weeks. Like, you see a lot of these big tournaments, the pro events, generally by the end of the weekend, it's broken. So, you might get less than a week on this with that real fresh slide.
Dan most likely looking for a position on the 8 into the side pocket, but he overrolls the cue ball, an effect of the fresh cloth,
Boy, that's
possibly.
unfortunate.
What's he got here?
Nothing good. Of course, the way he fired in that 2-10 combo, maybe he'll just combo the 9.
Yeah. Do it again.
Yeah, he's going to go for a save here. He's got to.
Send the cue ball down or the 8?
Yeah, probably just split the table in half. Oh, he's going. Wow,
Okay.
that's deceiving.
Yeah, Dan was able to see the 8 ball, no problem. Just, the camera angle wasn't able to show it properly.
Well, I'm not used to seeing it. I watch the stream all the time, but sometimes you just can't tell looking at the
And
screen.
Dan's got a nice angle on the 9 ball for position on the 10, as long as he pots it.
Very nice.
But he doesn't really stroke through as much as he would have liked. He's got a little bit of a sharp cut on the 10, but should be no problem for Dan.
Yeah, it's easy to play with a lot of confidence in the fresh cloth. I can't see him missing this, frankly.
He misses it. He misses it, guys.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Sean Zeng with an opportunity here to make it 7-4 and take a 3-game lead. And Sean takes it. The score is 7-4. Sean Zeng with a fairly decent lead as we enter the mid-game here. Let's take a look at one more time at Dan Sharlow's choke on the 10 ball.
I like how blunt.
He misses it. Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Really unfortunate there. I mean, even if you got close, the 10 ball's likely to drop.
Yeah, I never would have expected that out of Dan, especially the way he's been playing lately. But, you know, I mean, these long sets, sometimes you let up a little bit, or, you know, maybe he's feeling the pressure of being down. It's hard to say, you know, what's going through his head right now.
All of the above, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Mickey Goldberg in the live chat says it's hard to be on top, harder to stay on top.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the truth?
What's up, Mickey? When are you coming back to Rochester? I don't know if I've heard an answer to that. Do you know Mickey?
I do not.
Okay.
Where's he from?
He's from Rochester. He plays a lot of one pocket.
Okay.
And he, I think he used to be like number 5 or 6 on the list here.
Oh, yes. Yep, I've seen the name, sure, now that you mention it. Let's see. Wow, that might go.
That's dropping.
No way.
It's actually preferable, almost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dan's got a pretty good look at the 3 here.
Right, but it's better than having a hanger than on the
Yeah.
1 in the corner.
Yeah, it's true. A little tricky to get to the 4 here.
Just draw back. Should be able to avoid the side pocket.
Yeah.
Questionable choice, playing this with heavy follow, just because, you know, with the follow it throws the cue ball towards a wider angle.
Yeah.
Sean Zeng, as a result, has ball in hand and really no problems on the table. The most awkward shot is going from the 7 to the 8. Let's see how he does. We have more people hovering by table 1. Very bold.
Yeah.
Very bold.
I played a Joss event here last year, a couple years ago, and it was kind of late at night, and I was playing on table 1, and that was the most challenging part of the whole thing. It just got really crowded, people walking by, and
Yeah.
really difficult to focus.
You know, we do have the Joss Tour coming here, brought to you by Mike Zuglin. The Joss Tour is scheduled over here at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York, September 13th and September 14th.
Nice.
Make sure you stop by Billiard Breakdown if you'd like to sign up and play in the Joss Tour.
Yeah, it's always a great event. I always like coming out here for those big events.
Do you think we should plan on seeing you for that tournament?
I think so. You know, I've got a lot going on right now. My daughter's going to be starting college here in late August. Just turned 18. Fun time of life, but a busy time of life, and frankly, an expensive time of life. So, one of the things that I'm looking forward to is hopefully playing more pool. I've been playing a lot more in the last probably year or 2 than I have in the last several. I quit in 2016. I started again in 2020. And I set a goal. I was going to play more pool. I quit my day job in 2022. Went full-time doing the billiard service business. Funny thing about being self-employed is you have less time. So I'm not complaining. It's been wonderful, and I appreciate all the customers that we've had and continue to have. And it's good. I just need to figure out how to manage my time better. And you know, I think we're going to be hiring somebody here in the near future to start running the road for me so that I can get more time in the shop and try to grow the business in a sales aspect. And, you know, quite honestly, I just want to play more pool. And, you know, there's a lot of benefits to traveling the road, playing these big tournaments. I get to network and meet a lot of folks, and it gets my name out there. And we end up doing a lot of tables, like you mentioned earlier, Zach Robbins. You know, that's how we met. He's playing the Joss Tour. And Mike Zudlin, wonderful guy. I love the Joss Tour. I love what he does for the game. Just everything about it. You know, he really preaches etiquette.
And Sean Zeng here, able to make it 8-4. What an incredible lead. Instead of, Sean Zeng draws back on the 9 ball, and he gets on the wrong side of the 9. So rather than forcing the position, he chooses to stun and take the longer cut on the 10, which he makes, no problem.
Sometimes you got to settle.
Quite a lead for Sean Zeng to start us off. Dan Charlow needs to play a lot tighter.
You know, I'm a little concerned with Dan right now. See, he's sitting there on his phone. He's distracted. You can tell he's not focused. You're playing these matches, man, you really got to block out everything.
You got to stay in the zone.
It's easy to, you know, when you're getting down and you're feeling bad, to get distracted and you mess with the phone, whatever.
Start to feel like you care less,
yeah,
but you can't afford that.
You can't. You got to stay in it. And you just, you know, your best bet is just stay there and focus on the table. And you might be burning mad on the inside, but you just got to bear with it. Anything can happen, you know. I mean, I've seen players down considerably in a set, and I've been there myself. And, you know, just one move and you can get it back.
Yeah, at this level, it's very easy for either player to win 2-3 games consecutively.
Yeah.
You get a swing like that, and then we got a whole different ballgame.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I just experienced that a couple weeks ago. I was playing a Joss event, and I had a 5-0 lead on a great player from Ithaca, Hendrix. It'd be great to see him out here playing, by the way. That's why I mentioned him. And I took a little bit of a risky shot because I had a 5-0 lead, and he punished me for it. He brought it back 5-5.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh! But that's what happens. You know, you got good players, and the swing, it just happens just like that. You know.
And it seems like Sean Zeng hooked himself on the 4 ball.
Mm-hmm. These could potentially be the pivotal moments. You know, as long as Dan can keep some focus here.
But it looks like Sean is shooting directly at the 3. Maybe he's okay. Maybe it's another deceptive camera angle here. It looks like he's elevating to add a slight touch of right masse, but he scratches. Dan Charlow with ball in hand, he should be able to capitalize.
One of the things I've learned about Sean, you know, watching him the last couple of years, he can play some really great safe. It's unfortunate that he clipped the 4 there. Matter of fact, not to pick on you, Mike, but I saw him, 4 foul you last night?
Yeah. Yeah, Sean Zeng and I played yesterday, and I got Sean onto 2 fouls, and then he hit the kick, and 3-rail kick, and he ended up safetying me, and then Sean Zeng 4-fouled me after that. So Sean Zeng is an excellent safety player.
Yeah.
Dan should be able to finish this out, no problem.
Oof, I thought he missed that. Golly, on the old cloth, he might have.
But you know what? Even this, though, position onto the 8 is still tricky just because of the angle on the 6.
Yeah, you know, with this fresh cloth, the forced follow doesn't work, so I'll be curious to see what he does here. It's all right.
Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
Right. Golly.
He's okay. I mean, this thin cut, it's almost preferable to hit the 10 than avoid it and then be left with a sharp cut. Let's see what he can figure out here.
I think he'd have to draw to get into the 10.
Yeah, it's too sharp.
Yeah.
He's going to have to hit this with a higher pace to go 2 rails back and forth.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Maybe.
Where's the cue ball going?
No.
Where's the cue ball going? Unbelievable. What a roll for Dan Charlow. What a roll. Unbelievable. Wow.
Frankly,
Unbelievable.
I don't have a dog in this fight, and I'm not rooting for any particular player. I like both of these guys, but I'd really like to see Dan come back into this and make it a match.
Yeah, I mean, it's always more entertaining, not only for our viewers, but, for both players to feel that pressure.
Yeah.
Let's take a look one more time at that scratch by Dan Sharlow. Great shot.
Maybe.
Where's the cue ball going?
No.
Where's the cue ball going? Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, disgusting.
And he hit a good cut, and he hit it at the right pace.
Yep. Yeah, you could see when he lined it up, he thought it was going to go longer than that. Maybe the effects of new cloth. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's just unfortunate either way.
Yeah, I mean, a scratch is a scratch.
Yeah.
Any slight difference, left or right on the cue ball, avoids the scratch. You just happen to hit it perfect.
Yeah, no kidding.
Paul Jacob in the live chat says, "Let's go, Sean." What's up, Paul?
Where's Paul tonight? He's normally doing the commentary.
Paul Jacob is going to be in here around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And right now it is 7:40.
Now that was a nice little shot right there. I don't know if you were you
I
caught
missed
that. He kicked it the one. He hit it really nice. I mean, it's not perfect. He left the one wide open, but
it's a good result.
Yeah. For what he had to work with, not too bad.
If Dan's feeling gutsy, he could roll this cue ball into the 3. It's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. I think he got the hook.
Yeah, I think so too. Paul Jacob in the live chat, better known as Jake Paul, says his ETA is going to be around 8:20. He's eating curry right now. Very fitting of our Indian friend. Sean Zeng probably held his breath as the one ball was approaching the 10.
I think Dan just called the 5. Is he going to play another combination? No, he called the bank.
Wow. Wow, what a pot.
Nice bank.
He gets a thin cut on the 2 ball. What a pot by Dan.
Still nothing easy here.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if you pot the 2, you're going to lose control of the cue ball, and position on a 3 is, like,
yeah,
iffy.
The cue ball's coming off that 9 somehow. I wonder if he can catch the left edge and float the cue ball up off the end rail.
Like for short side position on the 3?
Exactly. No, he hit dead straight. That's unfortunate.
And does he save himself?
Yeah, I think so.
We've got Hendrik Drost in the live chat.
Hey, he heard me talking about him.
Hendrik
What's
says,
up, Hendrik?
Hendrik says, I appreciate you saying I came back from 5-0, but you still beat me 9-7, Jeff.
I got lucky, I mean, we both played really well, but yeah, it's always tough playing against Hendrik. He is such a strong player. He's been playing really well over the last several years, and really worked on his mental game and everything in all aspects. And neither one of us gets enough time to play, but man, he still plays really great, and it's always a pleasure to play him.
Very humble of Jeff over here to not even mention that he won, just mention the comeback from Hendrik.
Yeah.
I thought Jeff lost that.
No, I was fortunate. I made it through. You know, it's always tough when you play your friends. Hendrik and I have been playing together for almost 20 years, I think, and we've always had some really fierce battles. Years ago, I think I used to get the better of him a little more, but the last handful of years, he's been playing a lot more on the big table and playing really, really well. And always a tough competitor.
Very nice. Zach Robbins in the live chat says, thanks for the kind words earlier, Jeff.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And look at this lockup.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look at this lockup by the receptionist. Do you know why we call Sean Zeng the receptionist?
I had never actually heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
We call him the receptionist almost exclusively. And the story behind that is because Sean Zeng speaks English like he's got bad reception.
That's funny. Dang.
Dan Sharlow misses the kick. And you know when Sean's shooting good, we say he's on 5G. When he's starting to miss, you know, we say he's got 2 bars.
Oh, that's
Paul Jacob in the live chat says, I'm not eating curry. I'm eating chicken feet and fried rice. Sean Zeng's favorite meal. Sounds good, Paul. I'll pass.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
But you know, for people who are accustomed to it, I hear it tastes good.
Sure.
But not me. Sean barely pots the 4 ball. Zach Robbins, better known as Kratos, says we need Hendrix on the live stream.
Yes, we do. I just said that.
And Nate Marshall.
Nate Marshall needs to get out here as well. Both great players from Ithaca.
Does the 7 clear the 9, though?
That is the question.
I think it does.
It does, yeah.
No problem there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get both of those guys out here, Nate and Hendrix. You know, both really great players and strong competitors. Nate's been playing, I think, probably a little more on the Joss Tour, maybe than Hendrix has lately, if I recall. But both are very capable players, and I think they would match up really well out here. So it'd be exciting to see either one of those or both of those guys out here in the near future.
Sean Zeng with a good angle on that 7 ball to kind of push through for position on the 8. And it's looking like Sean is going to be able to make it 10-6, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
2 rails, he's feeling confident. But he's going to be inconvenienced by his own confidence.
Yeah.
Where do you make position for the 10 here? This is tough.
You know, I don't think you'd get too crazy. I think you settle. Just roll forward, come out 2 rails,
and you hope
play the
for
10 down in the lower right. I think that's your best move here. You got the fresh cloth. It's going to slide off the rail. I wouldn't try to get too crazy here.
Just try to play with the right speed and hope for the best.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Yep.
Well done to Sean Zeng, generating something out of nothing much. Can he make it 10-4? He's on the 10 ball. He sinks the 10 with confidence. Well done. Let's take a look one more time at that incredible safety by Sean Zeng, which basically won him the game. Very nice. Zach Robbins in the live chat says, thanks for the kind words earlier, Jeff.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And look at what a save by Sean.
Fantastic. I was just talking earlier what a great safe player he is, and he just showed it right there.
Scores 10-4. What do you think, Jeff?
Man, I really thought it was going to be a lot closer. It's not over yet.
Right.
Again, if Dan can regain some composure here, and anything can happen. But it's looking right now like Sean's going to be really tough to beat.
Yeah, and you know, Rick Hovey, he was in here earlier. He said Sean's a big momentum player. And I did respond with, you know, when Sean smells the blood and, you know, he loosens up, really tough to beat. Got to maintain the pressure if you want to beat Sean.
You know how long Sean's been playing?
Not as long as a lot of people may think.
Really?
He really only started taking pool seriously, you know, a good amount of time after he took over Eastridge.
Okay.
You know, so that's really not too long.
Sure. How old a guy is Sean?
How old?
Yeah.
Mid-30s.
Yeah, I figured that.
Slightly older than mid-30s, but
Yeah.
around there. Sean looking at the 4-9 combination after shooting this 2-ball. He's on point. You know, these back shots are not the easiest, especially with unfamiliar felt. He's just got to make sure he avoids the 6-ball for a shot on the 4. Looks like he's got a nice angle on the 4 to do what he wants to try to get back on the 5.
Yep.
He's trying to hit between that 3rd diamond and the side pocket.
Yeah, he's just got to watch the side pocket here. I think he's going to be all right.
Should be. I believe our guests on the left have gotten the message.
Yeah, there are a lot of people here, for those who can't tell just from watching the stream here. I mean, I know the stream looks pretty crowded. That's not even a fraction of what's here. It's a busy night.
Look at the position on the 5.
That's fantastic. Look at that.
That's where you'd put it close to there if you had ball in hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe a little closer, but nah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
Now, do you think he does a stop shot for an angle on the 6?
You know, I don't see any reason to get anything crazier.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So, do you think he's going to use a touch of inside to come back towards the right?
I would. I think that's how I would play it, and I don't even know that I'd try to get too fancy here. I mean,
you don't even need side pocket, just
Right.
regular center maybe for the corner, left corner.
Yep, I'm just going for the lower left. Yep, that's what he's doing. Yep, and a stop shot here.
Yep.
I'll basically draw back a little bit. But
Sean is untouchable at the moment.
yeah, hard to be beat when you don't leave the table.
Zach Robbins, better known as Kratos in the live chat, says, I like the people getting in the way. It adds drama.
That isn't the truth.
And look at this. 11-4 coming up for the receptionist. Wow. Wow. No one predicted this.
Yeah, this is great for Sean. It's just a nice display, you know. It's good to see a good pool, and Sean is definitely playing some good pool right now.
Yeah, anyone can appreciate the skill level of a good player, regardless of who you want to win.
Yeah, I feel bad for Dan right now, just kind of watching Sean, but you know, that's how it goes. Sean is playing really well, and sometimes that's how it goes.
Just as easily, Dan could make Sean sit there.
Yep.
You know, Sean could get cold.
Absolutely. I feel like Dan just needs a good break here.
He needs like 2 good racks in a row.
Yeah, he just needs something fortunate to happen to open it up for him and rebuild some of that confidence. Once you lose that confidence, the focus goes, and it's all downhill from there. So.
And you know, even if you start feeling good, if Dan starts feeling good, even if that happens, is it going to feel as good as Sean?
Well, that's the problem, right? You know, like sometimes you're starting to come back and you're feeling great and everything's going your way, and then one thing happens and you let the other guy back in, and you got a competitor like Sean who's playing so good right now. You let him back in the door, and he's going to take advantage. So.
Yeah. And Sean has been doing a good job of capitalizing on Dan's errors. You know, a lot of times, like even his game against Vinny Lesh, he wasn't capitalizing. But today, every chance he gets, he's been doing work.
They left an opportunity here for Dan to sneak through that window and play us safe. I'm curious to see what Dan does with it. This might be the only opportunity he gets this rack. That's gonna work.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We've got Eric Downer in the live chat. What's up, Eric? Eric says, new cloth looks great, Mike. Thank you very much, Eric.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, everyone's been loving it so far. The contrast is amazing on screen. Shout out to Bradshaw Billiard Service for their work.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that.
Also, for all our viewers that are just tuning in, I did announce this earlier, but we have Fedor Gorst, the world #1 player at the moment, the world champ. He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York, August 3rd. This was a very iffy foul.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was listening about Fedor, kind of excited for that. I think I'm going to make it out for that, but I kind of missed the shot. If we can get a replay.
Yeah, I believe Dan is
I think it was good.
Playing it back. Let's take a look. And if people in the live chat could take a look as well for us, we're going to replay it right now. He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York.
That's hard to say, man. Whew.
He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. That's really tough to say.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Can anyone play the slow motion for us? He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. I can't even tell.
Yeah, it's hard to say because the one came back, you know. So did it go that way because the cue ball came off of the the 6?
Of the 1 or
I don't know.
Live chat, help us out. He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. I can't even tell, guys.
You know, it's hard to say.
I can't even tell.
It's hard to say, you know, the way the one came back to the side rail like that.
He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, the way it came back like that, I'm almost inclined to think that it was bad. Like it came off of the 6 ball and sent it on that way, but it could have been a double hit,
equally
too.
just a thin cut on the 1.
Mm-hmm. If I had to make a ruling on
He's going to be stopping by Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. Yeah. I would call it good just because it's too close.
It's got to go to the shooter, right? Offensive player. You know, and the good news here is both of these guys are gentlemen, so they're going to make a good move on it anyway.
Yeah, and I think not taking the ball in hand is the right move because this is just, it's too close to tell.
That's right.
But we have 2 people in the live chat saying it was a bad hit.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that.
Kevin Zuniga as well as Paul Jacob calling it a foul. Christine Strong in the live chat is our tournament director.
Hey, Christine.
She also hosts our leagues here as well. In-house Billiard Breakdown 3-man team.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing out here, running these tournaments all the time. It looks like Christine's doing a really great job with that. So it's fantastic to see. You know, I just love pool halls doing new things and breathing new life into the game. You know, this is what I live and breathe every day of the week. You know, I mean, I wake up in the morning thinking about billiards, and I go to bed at night watching videos and thinking about it. And I just love the stuff you guys are doing. So I keep track of all the stuff that Christine's doing with these tournaments, and I've got some friends that have played. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of the events I don't qualify for because of the handicap here. But you know, it's great to see. You know, it's good for pool, and
hopefully, if it's ever convenient for you, play in a tournament over here sometime.
Yeah, so we'll
find one where you can.
It's almost a 2-hour drive for me. Not that that bothers me. And there's a really nice hotel right down the road, fully renovated. It's cheap rates, fantastic place. It's less than 5 minutes away. Not that I really want to give up the name because I'll lose it if I do come out. But yeah, so it's great. You know, I don't mind the 2-hour drive, and just great people out here. I've met a lot of really fantastic people, and many of them are here this evening playing in the APA League on the small tables. You know, so when they showed up this evening while we're working, you know, a lot of them come over and said hello, and it's just really nice getting out here and seeing all these folks. And
you know, Jeff, Dan SHARLOW was in the live chat just now typing on his phone. He says, I thought it was a foul too, but Sean Zeng thought it was a good hit, so it's Sean's call.
Well, good on Dan for
the sportsmanship.
Exactly. You know, like I said, both these guys are gentlemen. you know, not having referees, it's hard to really make a call like that. So, I mean,
even with a ref,
yeah.
I mean, a ref isn't going to be able to tell the difference on that shot. You
that's
have
true.
to do slow motion.
It's true, you know. So, like I said, I mean, if it were me, you know, and it's too close like that, and you can't, you know, if you're a ref, you got to make a judgment call on the spot. Like I said, I mean, I really thought that
A
it was
ref would
bad.
not be able to call it, I think.
Yeah, I really thought it was bad. So if I had to make a rule, I would have called it bad.
Yeah.
But I think the way that they did it, you know, playing it out, I think that's probably the fair way to go.
Now, Christine Strong is in the live chat. Just wanted me to mention that we have a Friday night tournament here. Reach out to Christine Strong for more information. And we also have a brand new Tuesday Big Table League, in-house league over here at Billiard Breakdown, 3-man teams. And our first day running that league was this past Tuesday, and it was an excellent turnout and with excellent feedback.
I watched that on the stream, at least a good portion of it. It's really exciting. You're seeing a lot of guys that don't normally play league. Ron Casanzio, and, you know,
Sean Zeng.
Yep, Sean Zeng.
Dan Charlow's in it.
Exactly.
Jake Jackson is in it.
Yeah, my friend David Powis, I saw he was playing against Ron's team, and you know, he comes out from Buffalo. So really great to see. You know, I mean, I've never really seen a 9-foot table league like that, 3-man team. So it's exciting.
And even I'm playing in it.
Yeah, no way.
Yep.
Well, you're no slouch either. So yeah, no, it's awesome. I love that stuff.
Actually, after the first day of our in-house Billiard Breakdown League, I have the most break-and runs, which the person with the most break-and runs at the end of the league gets a cash prize.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like maybe you made that rule.
Dan Charlow, unfortunately, gets hooked behind the 10 ball after a great pot on the 5.
Well, you know, Dan's a great jumper, and frankly, I would have given him really good odds to make that shot. But you know what?
Even clearing that 10 ball with a dart stroke is difficult.
But this isn't a bad outcome right
Good
here.
result.
Yep.
I almost hope Dan Charlow wins this rack.
I do
just
too.
Just to redeem that the bad call on the foul. But really, there was no bad intent from Sean Zeng at all.
No, not at all. You know, there's nothing grimy about that. It's just sometimes that's the way pool goes.
Yeah, just to reiterate, no bad intent by Sean Zeng calling it a good hit. It was really too close for the eye to see.
Yeah.
We've got Paco Morales
Hey,
in
Paco.
the live chat. What's up, Paco? Paco and I actually played. I played against him in our first day of the Tuesday League.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
Paco played really well. Paco in the live chat says, Mike, you shot great Tuesday. It was a fun night and should be a good league. Thank you, Paco.
I don't know if Paco remembers me. I met him 2016 out here at an event that I played. He was doing the live stream action back then. Really nice guy.
And Christine Strong in the live chat corrects me. I am not in the lead for break and runs. Dan Charlow is.
Ha!
So, well done to Dan Charlow getting 3 break and runs. And Sean's going to give Dan ball in hand here, and Dan should be able to finish it out.
Let's see if this is the turning point in the match. This could be exciting here.
This is going to be quite the turning point if Dan can find a way to get back in the set. This is actually a little bit of a weird angle on the set.
It is.
A little bit weird. Drawing this straight back is tricky. He's likely to just draw back slightly and take the longer shot on the 9.
Yeah.
You don't want to get too close or past that 50-yard line.
Yeah, I don't even think I try to get too fancy with this.
Just slight drawback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the cut.
Couple inches. Yeah.
Paul Jacob in the live chat says, "Rut-row, Mike," in response to me not being in the lead for the break and runs.
Oh,
He
damn.
chokes on the 7. What a miss. And it seems like the reasoning for the miss was because he was trying to generate more angle than what was possible.
And that is exactly why I said I wouldn't get too fancy.
Just
with
take
it.
take the cut.
Yep.
Unbelievable miss. Sean likely to be able to play safe here.
I think he's going to fire this bank.
I think he's going to play safe.
Well, you know him better than I do.
Well, it's 50-50 either way, you know.
One of us is going to be right here.
Yeah.
Well, he's going safe.
Yep. Safety's the shot. Sean does not want to let Dan to get 5 and then 6.
That's
And
true.
then 7.
That's true, but I mean, he didn't lock him up here. So.
He did. Dan plays a safety in response, and Sean should be able to shoot directly at this. Fortunately, you know, Dan had 2 potential blockers there, but Sean's able to shoot right in between.
I'm kind of surprised Dan didn't fire the bank there myself.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're down 11-4. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like you got to get something going.
Yeah, but shooting the bank, in my opinion, is not the right decision for Dan either.
Yeah.
Now's not the time to take the low percentage shot with the risks.
Well, I
involved.
actually thought it was high percentage, just
Oh,
straight
yeah.
across table. Yeah. Yeah, just fire it in the side pocket. Pretty much straight bank. And I know Dan's a good banker, so
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised he didn't go for it.
Dan eyeing the long cut on the 7. I would think the side pocket is preferable here for natural
Yeah,
position.
just roll it. I mean, we just leveled this table up, so it should roll perfect. Just roll it in the side. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Fresh cloth, baby.
Oh!
Almost scratched. Oof.
Great shot by Dan.
Oh, that
Great
would have
shot.
been unfortunate if it scratched there.
That would have been.
He's had a couple unfortunate scratches.
He has. But Dan comes out with a great shot on the 7 ball with position on the 9. Can he figure the rest of this out?
You're hearing a little noise in the background there. That's Dave Grau running impact, tightening some rail bolts on some tables we just finished covering here. For those of you that don't know Dave Grau, he is a fantastic player from upstate New York. He's been residing in Buffalo lately. We were talking if we could finish working a little early, maybe we'll get him some action on the stream here.
Yeah, Dave Grau is welcome to play on the stream right after this match.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sean Zeng or Dan Sharlow would love to play him.
Yeah, I'm taking a little break to come in here and do some commentary, and you know, I got a little bit of ahead of him a few minutes ago out there, so I told him I was going to take a little break and come in, and you know, once I finish up here, I'll go back out and give him a little break.
Yeah, it is great doing some commentary with you.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I appreciate inviting me in.
It's good
here.
fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I've always wanted to do this. You know, I've been around pool for 20 plus years, and
There's always some knowledge to drop.
Absolutely, and I really like the idea of doing commentary. It's just a fun thing, you know. I watch enough of it, so it's nice.
Yeah.
To, you know.
How do you like the overhead camera we have set up?
You know, this is really great. I love this when you guys do this. I watch the stream, like I said. I'm a faithful viewer. It just adds a new element to it. It's just great. You got the nice lighting here. What brand is that? I know there's Perimeter and
This
a couple
is
others.
this is an off-brand one from China
Okay.
for a couple $100.
Yep.
And
It's really great. I mean, you know, you look at
it's
the
all
table
the same. If
in
it's a
this
white,
view, sure.
if it's a white rectangular light and it's bright, it's all the same.
Yeah, I mean, it really, really lights the space well, and the table, you see it's full light coverage. It really brings out the color of that Simonis cloth. Weird angle, but oof.
Sean Zeng misses it. He leaves Dan tough, but it's makeable. Zach Robbins in the live chat says, I think Dan Sharlow has the same problem as me, which is he starts playing too tight when he's down.
Yeah, that's like I said, you know, I was surprised he didn't fire that banker a minute ago. You know,
Was there a bank with a two-way solution?
Yeah, I mean, let's see, I'm trying to think about it. Yes, I do believe so. There it is. Oh, another scratch. Come on.
Oh,
Damn.
no! No way!
That's the story of the set, isn't it?
No way, bro! Oh, no.
Is that 4 critical scratches here that cost him games?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's 4 since I came in here.
No way.
That's a huge swing. I mean, look at that, 12-4. They could be 4 the other way.
That's actually ridiculous. You know, sometimes it's not meant to be, and when you scratch like that, there's your sign. Let's take a look again.
I mean, let's see, I'm trying to think about it. Yes, I do believe so. There it is. Oh, and another scratch. Come on.
Oh, no! Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he might have caught that a little thinner than he was expecting. And, I don't know. Catch that a little thicker, you catch the side rail going up the table and you don't scratch.
Well, the score's 12-4. Dan SHARLOW with no luck, even though luck is really not a thing. But this is as close to as unlucky as you get.
He's just had some really unfortunate scratches. You know, you could say it's a break in focus. You could blame it on any number of things. Sometimes it's just the way it is.
We got Will Rhodes in the live chat. What's up, Will?
He's on your list too, isn't he?
Will Rhodes?
Yeah.
Will Rhodes
Look at
is
that
not.
shot.
He's not on the top 15 players.
Okay. He was here last night, right? No, he played Tuesday. I watched
Yes,
it on
he's
the
in our
stream.
league.
Yeah, I watched it on the stream. He played with David Powers.
And Dan SHARLOW with a really nice cut on the 1 ball. Will Rhodes in the live chat asks, "Hey Mike, what happens when Sean wins? Is he the champ and Dan goes to rank 2? Not quite. Sean Zeng would become the champ. Dan SHARLOW would get bumped to the number 1 ranked position. Ron Costanzio would get bumped to number 2.
So I think the rule is you can't challenge somebody more than 2 above you, right?
So Ronnie or Dan can challenge Sean back.
Right. Now, what is the time frame here? Like, how does this work?
They can do it tomorrow if the scheduling works, but you know they have to. They are allowed to wait up to 2 weeks.
Okay.
But both players have to agree on it.
Sure.
That's all. Paul Jacob in the live chat says, you got to start playing some Taylor Swift for Dan SHARLOW to come back. And Dan SHARLOW's nickname, if you don't know, is Champ Swifty SHARLOW.
Is he a Swiftie?
He said it himself.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I appreciate Taylor Swift myself.
I am not a fan, but
look, I don't like the music, but I appreciate her talents, and she's driven. She's an entertainer, and she certainly knows how to monetize it, and she has done very, very well for herself. And look at anybody that's driven like her, I definitely have admiration for her, even if I don't like necessarily what they do.
Yeah, you know, like as far as business and financial. Whatever you call it for Taylor Swift, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah, no, she's great. There it is. Look at that.
Very nice carom off the 9 ball to pot the 6 into the side pocket. Dan should be able to roll this cue ball forward for position on the 9, but he slams the table for some reason.
He's going to shoot the 8 first.
Oh, the 8. Whoops, my bad. Got ahead of myself.
I hate to pick on Dan here, but I'm trying to figure out which ball he's going to scratch on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Jeff Bradshaw doing a little trolling.
No, he's. I think he'll be all right. There it is.
He chooses to go for the longer shot on the 8. Doesn't want to force the position and make an error.
Yeah, no need to get crazy here.
Now bringing the 9 ball, or bringing the cue ball back down the table for the 9 and getting the correct side of the 9 is difficult.
2 rails are on the bottom right. I think you're fine. I mean, it's somewhat natural. I think he's okay here.
Okay. Let's see.
You could play 1 rail and come up. But yeah, he opted for the 1 rail and he missed.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not an easy shot.
That's right.
Like it sounds easy in practice, but it's not easy to execute.
Wow. The one thing I've learned in the last 20 years, there are no easy shots. I don't care if it's a straight-in stop shot 6 inches from the hole. It's not easy. The second you start thinking that this game's easy, that's when you make your errors.
Dan SHARLOW pops some food open. I hope it energizes him for the sickest comeback that's ever happened on this stream.
This could be legendary. be interesting.
You know, he hit this shot to actually win, I believe, the first or second rack. A long shot on the 9 ball. Not quite the same, but he was stuck on the rail and he had a full table shot. And he sunk it. So let's see if he can do it again. He's squinting for it more than normal. He misses it. Dan Sharlow with a chance. Dan's got a tough shot on the 9. Potting the 9 is difficult enough. Bringing it back for the 10 is extra difficult. Let's see how he does. He misses it, and he chooses an interesting angle to go for the shot. Sean Zeng should be able to pot the 9 with a fairly natural position on the 10 as long as he makes it.
Kind of surprised that he went for that.
I would have thought he would have for the. I thought he would have went for the far left corner with the draw.
Well, I mean, he's played some safe on some shots here. I thought that were definitely shots that I would go for, and then he went for that one, which was definitely no gimme. So I'm kind of surprised. I guess I can't quite figure out Dan's mindset right now as far as shots he's going for.
His mindset might just be to get this over with.
Well, maybe. That's unfortunate. I'd like to think he's going to
never give up.
Yeah, that's right.
Stay in it.
Yeah, I don't care if Sean's on the hill. You know, you still got to keep your head up.
I agree.
Anything can happen.
Eric Downer in the live chat says the new felt grabs more than usual. Well, I mean, you can definitely do a full table length draw shot with no problem now. Zach Robbins, also known as Kratos in the live chat, wants to know, do we need to buy tickets to see Fedor Gorst? And just so you guys know, Fedor Gorst coming here August 3rd on a Sunday. That's going to be quite the event, and we have a lot planned as far as tournaments coinciding with his visit. As far as buying tickets, you need to buy tickets, which is a VIP experience that allows you to spend private time between 5 to 10 people with Fedor Gorst. We have 2 different time slots, one beginning at 11 a.m., another beginning at 4 p.m., I believe. But the details will come soon. It's free general admission to enter. But if you'd like to pick up some tips and tricks from Fedor or play a race to 2 with him, you need to buy the VIP experience. Dinner is included, which is going to be completely custom, slow-cooked meat by our chef, Sean Kelly. And the food will be completely included with the experience, and you will also have unlimited alcohol to drink throughout the entire night.
Wow, that sounds like quite the deal. Definitely going to look forward to coming out here for that. Fedor, super, super nice guy, and just a great asset to the game of billiards. You know, if you haven't seen it, his YouTube channel, his social media, he's really active on there and shares a lot of great tips and tricks and drills. Just entertaining, if nothing more, you know, but he really, really great for the game.
I agree. And Eric Downer in the live chat said that last 9 ball for Dan Sharlow was no easy shot. And Kratos in the live chat says, I want the VIP. Sounds good, Kratos. We have 15 spots open, and as of right now, we probably have only like 8 or 9 left. So
that's great. What is the price on that?
So there are 2 different prices. The lowest price is $180, and that gets you a group experience with 10 people from 4 p.m. onwards. we have another one that's $225, and that one's going to be at 11 a.m. And the one that's $225 is before we open the pool hall.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be limited to 5, maybe 6 people, and that's going to be a more exclusive experience.
What a heartbreak here for Sean. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. Sean Zeng chokes on the 4 ball. Dan Sharlow with the chance.
Well, that sounds like a really great deal. For $225, you get a private experience in the morning.
Lunch included, alcohol included.
Oh, Dan.
And Dan Sharlow chokes harder. Man.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Man.
You know, this is what happens in the late stages of a match like this. You know, you've been playing a long time. A lot of things have happened. You know, you just got to close it out. And both players here struggling a little bit with this 4 ball.
Yeah, and Kratos in the live chat wants to know, will there be chicken feet for lunch?
I hope so.
Man, just for you, Kratos. It'll be here. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when I expect you to eat chicken feet. Sean Zeng overrolls the cue ball by about 2 feet there. What's he got?
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays safe here, but I like the back cut in the side.
I like the back shot into the side as well.
Yeah.
Our live poll in the live chat has Sean Zeng at 80%.
Yeah, that's got to be going up now.
All these people with no guts to vote in the beginning are voting now.
Yeah.
After a 9-game lead. Also in the live chat is Kristen Swanger.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen Swanger says, "Hi guys."
So Kristen is a great kind of up-and-coming player. She's been playing a while, but she's been playing some of these women events here. So she's playing the JPNEWT Tour, I believe it is, and Bradshaw Billiard Service has just sponsored her.
That's quite the acronym.
Yeah, right. I really don't know what it stands for. I should learn this, but no, Kristen is a wonderful person, and we're happy to have her representing us. So. Happy to help her out and hopefully help her along getting to some of these events.
Yeah, and her father, Andy Swanger.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Runs the Monday night leagues out of Billiard Breakdown. So shout out to the Swanger family and their, I don't know, how do I say it? Their participation in the pool scene.
Contributions to billiards.
Yep.
Yeah, Andy, he's a great guy. I met him a handful of years ago. Super nice guy. I love what he does here for the league and whatnot. And like I said, Kristen is a great ambassador, and we're happy to have her representing Bradshaw Billiards at her upcoming events.
Kristen Swanger in the live chat says, "Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you so much."
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you as well. I'm going to work on getting you some patches here. So this is turning into a little bit of a marathon on the 5 ball. I think Dan got the hook here, but.
Sean Zeng with a relatively easy kick if he can.
For sure.
Maybe he can see a straight on. Maybe it's deceptive again.
From this view,
it looks like it.
I think he's got it right in.
It's potable.
Yeah, what is this? The 6th time I think they're shooting? No, they missed the 4, then the 5. Sometimes that's how it goes. You have one ugly rack where they're both missing.
Look at
crazy.
the position on the 7 ball by Sean.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect where you'd put the cue ball with ball in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
There we go.
Kristen Swanger wants to let you know to make sure you get those patches because she wants to represent you when she plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking into it. It's going to be hard to get them for her next event, which is coming up, I think, not this coming weekend, but the following. I should know where this is, but I don't. Yeah, so she's going to be, the events that she's playing are going to be live streamed, so you can catch her playing.
Sean Zeng having trouble reaching this 8 ball. The length of his arms have bad reception.
You're terrible. Yeah, it's never preferred to have to use a bridge, but, you get this late in a match, you just got to do it.
you don't want to just start playing loose.
Just because you got a lead, because that's when it turns around.
What a stroke with the bridge.
You know, so many players
Sean
that can't use a
Zeng
bridge. But
with like 3 back-to-back perfect positional plays here to get on the hill. Can he make position on the 10?
there we go. That's good.
He avoids the side pocket nicely.
You know, it's funny. He's played so good this whole set. And then they went back and forth on the 4 and 5 here for a while. But it looks like he's back and forth. And there it is.
The score is 14-4, which is absolutely ridiculous of a scoreboard.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Really well done to Sean Zeng for shooting at the level he's shooting at. Can he close it out here?
What are the odds on a break and run?
The odds of a break and run? 10%.
Really? I figured it'd be a little higher.
You just never know where that cue ball is going to land.
We haven't seen it in this set much.
That's what I'm saying.
But look at this. Look at this. He's got really good odds here. Come on.
Hey, I mean, now it's higher. Before the break, 10%.
I mean, he's a little funny on the 1 here. It looks straight in the hole.
No, he's got enough angle to go top left.
Yeah, you're right. He can float it around. The other view, it looked like it was dead straight on. And of course, this fresh cloth, you can really move it around a bit, too.
Yeah, the throw
Cheat
affects
the
it a lot
pocket.
more.
Yeah, I would say with the old cloth, it might be a little tougher to cheat the pocket like that. These are going to slide around.
There's no problem on the table.
Yeah.
As long as Sean can go from 2 to the 4, he's out.
And that's pretty easy. He's going to have a natural angle on the 2 here. He's drawing back. I don't know. I don't know if I like this.
No.
He went forward. Huh.
What a stroke.
That was the play.
What a stroke. Look at this.
It looked like he was jacked up a little. I thought he was going to come back. Yeah, that's the right play. He's got a great angle now. He should be good here. There it is. Yep.
Sean's feeling good. I mean, this is a slow roll kind of shot. He just wants to make sure he doesn't get hooked on the 6. Not hooked. You got to shoot over the 6.
Yeah, you could play this either way. Roll forward on it and then go up and around the table to get down on the 6 on the side. Or you could draw back a little bit.
I would just stun here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kristen Swanger in the live chat says Sean Zeng is dialed in. Yes, he is.
There we go.
Avoids the 7 nicely with top left, and look at how perfect he is on the 6.
No real challenges here. No need to get fancy from this point.
Break and run for the last. You called it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Can Sean do it? What do you think? Down to the short rail or draw back towards the right?
Oh, I think you got to go off the end rail.
Great shot. And another good position. Maybe he's got to draw straight back here.
No.
This is not the easiest, actually. But he generates an angle out of a minimal amount that he had.
How about that?
Wow. Can he finish it off here?
That just puts an exclamation point on a fantastic display from Sean.
Break and run to end it.
Wow.
What?
Great plan.
I'm at a loss for words.
I feel bad for Dan here, you know.
Wow.
That's a tough one, but Sean played really well.
Unbelievable shooting by Sean Zeng. I'm going to bring him in here for a quick post-match interview.
Definitely.
time I'm like jacked up, I can't get in the right spot to get out. I mean, I missed a 9-ball. Got the 2 chance to beat Ronnie though.
All right, guys, we got the new champ in the house, Sean Zeng. What's up?
Man,
Huh?
I don't know what to say.
Sean Zeng at a loss for words.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Sean Zeng is also not surprised. The score's 15-4.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, though. I mean, it could have been a lot closer. I mean, Dan's been playing pretty good. I mean, I see him shoot, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it would go sometimes. It would go both ways.
And not only did you shoot incredible today, you had a break and run for the last rack.
Yep. I mean, I got you in the zone, you know.
That's ridiculous. And you know what's funny is right before you played the last rack, Jeff Bradshaw was doing commentary with me, and he asked me, what do you think the chances are for Sean Zeng to get a break and run on the last rack? And I said 10%.
10%. I mean, really, the first ball on the 1 ball on the last rack.
Yeah.
That was a tough one because I don't have a lot of angle.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
I mean, so I have
And you
to
also
force
had
it.
to jack up a little bit.
Yes, so I have to force it out, you know. So really, it's the 1 ball was a key shot. If I can get it out, you know, likely, you know, the rack is over.
You know, we had a lot of players in the live chat today rooting for you. We had a live poll as well. Look at the poll. 82%.
For who?
82% believe in Sean the receptionist.
That's from the beginning, or that's from the?
You know, even in the beginning,
Yeah.
it was heavy for you. Heavy. And then, you know, roughly maybe 30% of the people believed in Dan Sharlow. But that's also surprising because Dan beat Ron Costanzo. He shot well against Kratos.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know. At the end, Ronnie's the champ. You know.
Very humble of Sean Zeng to acknowledge Ron Costanzo as still the top player in Rochester, New York. Now that you're the champ, you got to wait for Dan and Ronnie to challenge you. I think Ronnie wants you next.
That's fine, you know. Ronnie doesn't even have to play me. I'll just give it to him, you know, due to respect.
Wow. Well, congratulations once again, Sean Zeng, for defeating our current champ, Dan Sharlow, and becoming the new champ of Rochester, New York. Well done.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this live stream tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I definitely did. Shout out to Rick Hovey and Jeff Bradshaw for joining me on this commentary tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll